that beef. Man, either Greasy wasn't with him. Man, I've never seen more police officers in my life. When they left, bulletproof car after bulletproof car, you literally have to have a small loop to kill you at that point. I'm telling you. So it's like one of those things where, like, a guy who's coming there who's about to impact that city, that's millions of dollars in revenue, you're not touching him, okay? Unless he does, like, what's the ball? Yeah, I mean, he basically said if he just comes in with his homies, there's going to be a problem. If he has a bunch of police with him. But then again, Chief Keef could probably do that same arena. But he's never been back to Chicago physically, period. Well, he's been banned from Chicago, I remember, I don't know if you remember, they tried to do a virtual performance, Chief Keef by Hollywood. They banned that shit. They plugged it out. The cops went on stage. Look it up. For real. Yes. The cops went on stage. Remember, the name used to speak out against Chief. That's how they Chief used to say, yo, he used to have legal problems everywhere where they wanted him to be incarcerated for a while. He finally left. And then even when people thought that he was avoiding a warrant and not actually physically showing up there, he was going to perform at a show. That's when the hologram technology was. Which, by the way, the guy he signed to, Dave, yeah, I know Sean, the billionaire guy, he's into that technology too. So they're like, fuck it, we're going to have him by hologram, right? Like, perform, and the police literally plug this shit out. No, we're going to do it. So, that record, let me sing a song, right? Literally rapped on his record. I know I told you I will keep your son's name out of my mouth, but his cousin and them, they will die. Like he said multiple times, I'm gonna stop rapping. And but basically went around it. All right, I won't rap around the dead guy, but the guys who live, they're not. You know what I mean? It's like, look at how many people have died. With the number of people that have died around him, it's heinous. Well, here's the thing I got to say, like, because the OTF dude, like, seriously. Well, Vaughn is one of many OTF members of that have died. But he's in the real existence. So I try to, like, look at it like this, right? In the sense of, is he dissing, and I think this is the question I always ask when an artist listens. Are you dissing only to create moments to sell millions of records for these executives who are very comfortable and will never be shot, right? Because even though he's getting the benefits of it too, but really you're doing it for the record label, right? Are you doing it solely for that, or are these just genuine issues that are part of your? And I kind of believe it's a little both. I think he knows how to manipulate both. I think he really don't like it. I think every nigga he does, he really don't. Yeah, but so it's a little bit more organic. Don't have any sort of real beef. No. Not with you. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the dead people, right? But I'm just saying, like, just the overall friction that he's creating at a level that he's at, that he doesn't have to do that. He's doing songs with Kanye. Like he's doing songs with Cardi B. It's just like, hold on. Look, that point will go back to the 21 Savage. So this is the empirical question. Are these guys just hot because they're just great musicians, or are they hot for one particular type of music? Durk, if you listen to the songs that have gotten to the next level, is when he's rapping about beef, rapping about people who have died, like, that's the content. It's not like he's like, yo, I got the designer on me, I'm just chilling, yo, I'm living life. No, he's rapping about very, like, in a sense, rapping about murder got him to the point he was at. So now we're all looking at like, why don't you stop rapping about murder? But in reality, what got him to here? You know what I mean? It's same with 21 Savage. We're all looking at Savage like, okay, you've now made it off of rapping about killing. How about you start rapping about positivity? It's like, Vlad, you've gotten to this point by your YouTube channel doing things a certain way, and then people say, well, now change. So I look at it, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I see why, like, what people fail to acknowledge about these guys when you think about why, if you're at this level of your career, you're still involved in that. He doesn't get to this point of his career, and he isn't doing that. Yeah, but you also have to evolve over time. True. You have to evolve. Like, listen, we did a bunch of porn star interviews early on, and at one point it's like, you saw all into Adam 22. Yeah, how did you do all that? You know, I mean, for example, and this is someone you've interviewed recently, Andrew Tate. Yeah. Andrew Tate, you know, his people approached us to do an interview. I looked him up, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. All the, you know, the sexual assault shit, you know, him saying that he moved, you know, to Romania, you know, because he could get off on rape charges, He said that's why he moved to Romania, because it's 40% of the reason, because it's easier to get off on rape charges. As a direct quote. He even said that some of the women who have gotten raped by people like Harvey Weinstein, they have to share responsibility for getting raped. There was a woman, there's a video of him beating a girl with a belt, telling her a whore, telling her to count her bruises. He's claiming it was a joke, whatever. But my whole thing is it's so misogynistic. And yeah, on Vlad TV, me and Andrew Tate could probably get 10 million views. I get it, right? But low-hanging fruit is often not. And you get to a point where, yeah, you may be known for this, but you have to grow and evolve, because as you get bigger, you're under a bigger microscope, you have more to lose, and you're trying to build a brand that can withstand all the little cancel cultures.
Not Russell. Fucking he stronger than me. He ain't strong.
I'm good. I interviewed Kevin Samuels. It was a dope interview, but we never did another one. Because I'm like, some of the shit he says about women and so forth, I wasn't really feeling. And women around me, especially black women, were like, we're not doing this. This is insulting. And I'm like, okay, I get it. And you have to put certain things aside. Now, you interviewed him. Yeah. And, did he talk about any of this shit during the interview? Well, some of the stuff he pulled, I didn't know too much about. Yeah, really, the majority of stuff we talked about was just his view on just relationships. And I think people, there is a avid push these days. It's almost like men's rights advocates that kind of want men to view relationships. I think there's a big push for polygamy these days. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, hey, high value man, you get all the women you want. Sure. You know what I mean? And I think he's one of the charismatic people who can explain in a way that's somewhat palatable to many dudes who want to hear that. So there is a place for it. Now, some of those other things that you just straight describe as problems. You know what I mean? His house got raided. Yeah, holding women hostage and rape type shit. That's what I'm saying. When I looked him up, I'm like, I'm not for it. I'm just simply not feeling it at this point in my life. Yeah, well, I think he's trying to have a nice life. If I believed everything my opponent says about me in his TV ads, I'd expect to see some. But that was an explanation. I get it. But at the end of the day, I'm not a misogynistic person. Yeah. I am a man, and I have probably an 80-85% male audience, and I understand that, and I cater to that. But at some point, you say, it's not working. Well, I think he fits in the same bubble in the sense of the message being preached and the audience that he's looking for. I think I told you about this one. That's how we should end it. Fresh and fit. Yeah. There's a huge push. I think Kevin Samuels was, and to a certain extent, I think Andrew Tate's a replacement for Kevin Samuels. Exactly. Yeah. I feel that Kevin is trying to take Kevin Samuels' place now that Kevin passed away. I get it. I get the whole thing. But listen, in 2013, I probably would have done the interviews. I'm just looking at the views. Yeah. But I'm not looking at just the views anymore. Our views are there. We got 5.2 million subscribers at this point, and I try to really pick and choose what I want to put out there, as opposed to let me just chase the views. Let me chase the money. Let me ask you a question, because say even if I knew all that, right, going into that interview, which I didn't, it was really sporadic. He had just I shoot at the Fresh Prince studio. He had just did the show, and they were like, hey, you wanna? He's about to film a podcast. You wanna do Academics podcast? It was like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I thought we had a great conversation. Now, even if I knew all that, I probably would still done it. Just because the way I like to sit down with people like people streaming. I sat down with Candace Owens. Then I was surprised you did that. I'll sit down with most people who aren't putting out into the world things that are, I believe, of imminent harm to people. Different ideology. I'll even sit down with people like agree with just play devil's advocate. Because there's multiple sides of the coin. You know what I mean? It's not there's only two sides of the coin, but it's different sides of the die, right? And in reality, it's I love conversations that push people to think for themselves. And, when I sat down with Candace Owens, I agree with certain things she said, but I disagree vehemently with certain things. But I could have just made those things say, I want to sit down. I'm like, cool, how about you try to get educated about it and try to challenge her, and be a buffer to some of the stuff she's saying. Same with Tariq. I agree. Well, I listen to some of the stuff Tariq was saying. But certain stuff I don't fuck with. I like the conversation. I'm interviewing him. Tommy saying I set him up, and then Tommy starts recording my phone calls, and I just say, and Tommy's out of my own shit. Like I didn't really realize him, but once, when I look back at the interview, which I never put out, it was like very anti-black boy. You know what I'm saying? And I just said, something? I'm done with this whole fucking genre at this point. All these dudes who are like anti-everything and whatever, and their flavor is just being edgy, they don't really have actual talent behind what they do. They're not like stand-up comedians, or they're not artists or basketball players or whatever. I said, I'm cool with all this shit. I removed all the Trick the Sheep shit. I never put out the Tommy Sotomayor shit. And I said, fuck this whole genre. I'm cool. And by the way, so in the same moment situation how I got to interview Tate, I almost was going to do something with Tom, who's out of Miami. And listen, I'm open to doing it, but I remember saying, well, if he's gonna be on my platform, you gotta be constructive conversation. It can't be like, we just trying to get off, be black bitch. Like, you know what I mean? If it's constructive, which I believe he has the ability to do it. Now, I do think some of these guys, like, they'll go for the low hanging fruit in calling, in saying certain things that will excite or agitate a certain audience, which just takes away from any positive. Because I think one thing that Tommy, I agree with him on, is when he says that there is a push to remove black fathers out of the and that's very necessary. Just that. So just that, I think I could have a great conversation. Now, when other things seeps in, which might be biases, might be genuine hate or whatever the case is, I don't want that to basically, destruct possibly a productive podcast, and I think that would just be on me to steer the conversation right, or choose whether or not to put it out if I'm done with it. You know what I mean? Listen, I had that conversation. He was like anti-black people, and I was just like, the stuff you're describing is not specifically black. It's more about poor people and poor communities. You could pretty much take race out of it, and it applies to a poor community anywhere on earth. But you're trying to specifically say this is black, which I disagree with. And he had a hard time trying to defend that. But the whole time, it's like, I don't need to give someone who's anti-black, anti-woman, anti-whatever, a fucking platform. It's just like, you just do your own shit on your own stuff, and usually these guys' YouTube channels get shut down over this type of shit anyways. The Alex Jones types, listen, the Alex Jones interview with Live TV will get 100 million views, but I don't want that shit. I don't want someone saying Sandy Hook was all farce. It was all fake. I think that's where it's on you to make sure that type of stuff, like, even if some cutting board don't even make it out. Right, but why even bother? There's so many more interesting people out there to interview, and it's not like this is all you have access to. You got access to 21 Savage. You got access to Kevin Gates. I would love to have big artists, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have that, like, even about that Atlanta stuff. And just kind of the role in terms of like where he feels his music plays a part in it, and also, him even putting out that message and the reaction to it. I think we have a great conversation about it. But I'll wrap that up with that type of, whether it's an Andrew Tate or Kevin Samuels, that realm. I do have one critique of it, and I think that, it's a little bit, I don't want to say it's necessarily predatory, but I think they put it on the guys in self-improvement, but they don't really try to focus on things that really come out. And helping men over time isn't just fucking chicks. Right. You know what I mean? It's also having successful families, building families, raising kids. They just stop at a point when you sleep with them. And obviously there's a lot of men who some people call it incels or whatever, who have a problem with, even getting an opportunity to sleep with a woman. So of course they're gonna eat that up because, it's like like those. What makes it feel better? It's like pickup artists, like PUAs. That was a thing for a while where it's like, yo, I'm gonna teach you how to game a woman on how you can like get her. And I think these dudes, they're watching these guys want money and want to say, well, if you're this, you get to treat women like this, but they don't really show the full picture. And I think that's what. Yeah, and I mean, for example, me and TK Kirkland, we had a conversation after Kevin Samuels died, and he was like, look, me and Kevin cover the same type of topics. Now, if you talk about a woman who's overweight, I'll be like, okay, if you're overweight, I'm going to work with you to lose weight. You know, this is how you can exercise. Maybe change your diet. You know, maybe change some things that about your lifestyle. Or Kevin Samuels would be like, bitch, kill yourself. And that's sort of the difference between these two types of men.
I love the fact that he was direct and bold to the women, but I also wanted to put in give him game. The knowledge is that you got to give a female a solution because they're already fucked up in the head. They're already mad about the choices that they made. So when you tell a female that she's 35 and she's leftover, well, I could say that to you, but I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna get you to win. If you listen to me, that's why the TK Kirkland podcast is good. That's like everybody around the world listen to me because I give the solution. I'm gonna teach you the game.
Let me say this, Lord, let me ask you this question. Because I think even when you say a lot of things that Andrew Tate says, a lot of things that Kevin Samuels used to say, and a lot of things that even like say that Fresh did says Patrice O'Neal echo. And he echoed in a very, obviously it was kind of laden with comedy, but it was very abrasive to some. And a lot of people like have appreciated his either comedy or what they believe the truth in his comedy, and it kind of has the same ideas. So it's also deliberate. You know what I mean? Like people have given Patrice O'Neal like a higher level of this guy was not only funny but he was super smart after he's passed away for some of those ideas.
He's been gone for a while, and the world has changed since he died.
But they're doing it with Kevin Samuels now. A lot of people like his clips keep coming up and up. You know why? They're martyrizing him. You know, right? Like they're looking at him and saying,
listen, I mean, they're on Black TV. They're on my YouTube channel. I never took them down. We did a flashback on his life story after it came out. But at the end of the day, the world changes, and like I said, it's low-hanging fruit. You could get someone who's really racist, really misogynistic, really sexist, someone who hates certain religions and so forth. And those views will go crazy because not only are the fans, people who agree with it, but the people who hate that, point of view will be in the comments arguing about this shit. So it creates a loop where it gets big. But like I said, a lot of that fruit is rotten.
let me ask you a question. So what do you another reason why I think, for example, Andrew Tate is popular, I believe he's and I would ask you where you draw your line to being short and misogynist. Because I do think one of the things that people like with him is kind of like what some people like with Trump. They're like, yo, you say it, I won't say it because I don't want to get in trouble or get canceled, but I'm going to tune into you saying it and I'm going to give you the attention for you saying it. And
Trump is the perfect example.
I think
Look where Trump is now. Rated by the fans. Tons of lawsuits.
What do you think will happen?
I don't know.
Hey, listen,
It's hard to say. Hopefully that's when we become president again. But look at how
I'm very socially aware of certain things that might affect people that have the same pigmentation skin like me. But also, I don't want a president who literally will have us forget the lockdown part. Like literally, if you think about the stock market, everything's down.
Yeah, I know.
Prices of oil is up. Like this guy's doing nothing right. He can't.
There's also a war in Russia.
Hold on, but this motherfucker can't. Yeah, but come on, that's motherfucker can't.
You're gonna tell me that's not a big part of it?
Yeah, but I think.
And the fact that
I ain't blaming him that we're even at this point. I think another president maneuvers.
Right, but the whole thing
The
is
motherfucker can't come on, man. That's the easiest.
No, they're actually in negotiation right now.
Bro,
They're actually in negotiation. They're going to give them the merchant of death, and they're going to get
No, they came back and said they want 2 people now. They realize his body's like a whole. That's one of the things. First of all, a president's a figurehead. Obviously, there's a majority of laws, get passed between the House and the Senate, and a lot of committees get it. So it's not like if this guy's the president, that's what's going to be happening in the world. They do have some type of power and influence, but the figurehead of this world got to, I'm not saying you got to be the right, Jesus Christ, you got to be the president. You get me? You got to be able to, not repeat this line. You know what I mean? I think he's too senile for the job, man. Barack was obviously, amazing. Yeah. And at this point, shit, if we could swap out this fool for you, anybody.
Well, we both interviewed Charleston White.
Yeah.
When he made Soulja Boy, but that was definitely a turning point.
Yo, I really think that Charleston White is a Boondocks character. He's granddad. Man, he's built for the Boondocks. The way. By the way, I've said there's few people who I think could seamlessly transition to comedy. One of the aspirations of mine is that eventually I do want to try.
Yeah, me too.
Because when I really get my back, damn, I feel like killing. But it's very different than talking to the screen and just us talking here and it's funny and translating to a live audience. I think Charleston White. I think he's natural.
Oh yeah, listen, I've interviewed him twice now. I think twice. Yeah, I think it was twice. And some of the stuff that he says on other platforms,
you probably disagree with, right?
Was he can talk about raping white women or something, and spitting on Asian people, some of the stuff.
I asked him about that. He said it was not true. He said,
I saw the video.
Okay, it is true. Well, no. Well, he said he did say,
yes,
but he said it's not an actual thing that happened. And for him, and it was so interesting. That's why I said Boondocks character. He says, what I learned to do. He basically says he's doing, in a sense, what I did in Russia. He said it's an character. He says he's using satire. He says he used to go to the schools. He's a reformed person from jail, right from prison. He used to go to schools trying to spread a message, but he realized it was ineffective unless he spoke like the people and also was able to gain the attention. So he completely 100% admits he says things for shock value, but he hopes to, to use one of Charlamagne's phrases, put the medicine in the camp. And I think that's super interesting because he gets a lot of attention. And at times, I'm not saying all the time, when he says your Tupac should die, I completely disagree with that. Yeah, it's wilding, but sometimes when he talks about the effects of whether it's music or sometimes, homes without proper parenting and how that evolves into people ending up in the penal system, I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. So he brings a lot of sense and bullshit together, and I think the bullshit is to entertain, I hope. But then when you see the show on Soulja Boy, you're like,
the amazing thing, what's funny is that I just interviewed Bob James. Yeah, who got into it with Charleston.
Oh, he got maced up?
No, he got maced. They got in he got in his face. He basically confronted him, was like, yo, you want it? He had a pistol on him.